home runs overall as they took down the Nationals in Washington 8-7. The Pittsburgh Pirates sent 3 balls into the seats as they bested the Cubbies at Wrigley Field 10-9.
Streaming MLB The Show 21, MLB The Show 21 Boston Red Sox franchise mode.
12-3. The Minnesota Twins allowed
Figures to be a wet one, but we'll have baseball for you on MLB Network nonetheless. Game number 3 of this new season between the Baltimore Orioles and the Boston Red Sox. Live baseball here on MLB Network, and it comes your way next. Chris Sale, a left-handed Floridian, will get the starting assignment. What do we need to know here, Danny?
200 strikeouts on the season last year. That's not an easy thing to do. You definitely consider this guy a strikeout pitcher, and if he brings the same stuff that he had last year into this new season, we could see more than 200 strikeouts 2 years in a row.
Brian Roberts, the next batter. He will lead this one off today. First pitch coming. Here it is. Underway now in the Sunday finale as the first pitch is swung on and missed for strike 1. Well, these Red Sox entering play here this afternoon. It's official now. They will not go 162-0 as they were handed their first loss of the season last time out.
Yeah, Matty, I know they lost their last game, but you know as well as I do, in this sport, you have to have short-term memory. You have to let it go. They can get it going back in the right direction today.
The 1-1 home is swung on and missed for strike number 2.
I'm pretty surprised by the location on those last 3 pitches. The book on him is that he hits the away pitch pretty well, and he just saw 3 in a row out there.
So does he go back out there again?
No, Matt, I expect him to mix it up. Most catchers won't call for the same location over and over and over.
Another 1-2 delivery.
Man, this guy's a grinder. Fouls off good pitches and doesn't seem to swing at the ones just off the corner. This guy's a pitcher's nightmare.
And that one never threatened the zone. It's gone full now to 3-2. Nick Markakis is on deck. And the payoff pitch. High in the air down the right field line. And it's a foul ball. And he could only battle for so long as he's finally set down here after an 8-pitch at-bat.
To me, when it's raining, the approach at the plate has to change a little bit, especially if you're a guy that can run a little bit. Put the ball in play any way possible, especially on the ground. Making plays in the rain becomes exponentially tougher to do when it's wet. So these offenses really need to limit the strikeouts.
Nick Markakis comes on with one away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. Pitch on the way. Now it's 2-0. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Patrick Johnson.
Yeah, Dan, we got Patrick Johnson behind the dish tonight. Fairly standard strike zone most of the time, but he's definitely a pitcher's umpire.
I always felt like this. He'll give a little bit on the corners, both inside and outside. I think he's a fair umpire, but I would rate him more as a pitcher's umpire than a hitter's umpire.
When I broke into the league, not many guys were throwing that elevated fastball with that much velocity on it. The game has changed.
And that pitch comes over to catch the corner. It's 2-2 now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, a crucial count for both pitcher and hitter. So, Dan, what was your approach on the mound in that count? Do you still pitch for the strikeout here?
Action pitch right here, 2-2. The last thing you want to do is to fall behind the count 3-2.
And an off-balance throw is in time as he takes one away. Wow. And now the starting lineup for the visiting Baltimore Orioles. Mark, what's your take on him against one of the best starters in the game?
Well, Matt, when we drove over to the ballpark today, we were expecting some offensive firepower, especially in this yard. It's a hitter's yard, but that could sometimes work against him. I'm interested to see what lineup stays within themselves and executes and manufactures to get this W.
Eddie Murray is at the plate as he watches ball one. One and one to the potent switch hitting bat of Eddie Murray. High in the air out to center field. Verdugo waits on it. And that's the third out. 1, 2, 3 go the Orioles. Orioles 0, Sox coming to the plate. You're watching MLB Network. Keegan Aiken, a Michigan-born lefty, gets the starting job here. What's your take on him, Dan?
This ought to be interesting to see how this guy bounces back from last year when he had an ERA over 4. I know his team is expecting better things from him this year. And we'll see if he can continue to get a little bit better, limit the number of walks, and also limit the number of hits per 9 innings.
Xander Bogaerts is at the plate as he looks at ball one. Well, guys, these Orioles entering play today. They come into this one in good spirits, fresh off their first victory of the new campaign last time out.
Yeah, Matty, we had a saying in Texas, hit or get left behind. And that's exactly what this team did in their last game. Scored a bunch of runs, but good approach at the plate, working the ball to all gaps, line to line. This team swung the bats well. I'm going to be looking for that again in this one.
2-0 count, the pitch. And he gets him to pop it up on the right side of the infield. And this is taken in for out number 1.
Batting second, the right fielder.
With that, here's how the hometown Red Sox line up in this one. Mark DeRosa, tell us about this lineup in a daytime home contest.
Well, Matty, this lineup's going to have to find a way to score early. Get this pitcher uncomfortable, stay on the attack, get into the bullpen. That's the name of the game. They let this guy settle in. He'll breeze through 7 strong.
First pitch of the AB on its way. Andrew Benintendi comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1.
He'll take that first pitch strike all day long. If they're going to take 0-0, he's going to pound that zone and get ahead. Much more susceptible down 0-1 than 1-0.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field.
Batting third, third baseman, Wade Boggs.
And stepping in, Wade Boggs. Man at first for him following the 1-out single. Has a look, now the pitch. And he holds up here, but the pitch is a called strike anyway.
Hey, love the confidence in that pitch right there, going right after one of the better hitters on this team, not afraid to execute.
Benintendi, base runner at first with 1 out. And it's quickly 0-2. Fastball just misses. That's ball 1.
Love the high heater right there to raise the hitter's sights. Let's see if he buries something in the dirt right here.
The 1-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
Batting
So
fourth.
2 down and a runner at first, and that'll bring up David Ortiz. He's set. Here it comes. Swing and a miss out in front of a changeup.
For most people, being down 0-1 would seem like a lot, but this guy is such a good hitter. He doesn't care going deep in the count. He's got runners on base. He has a game plan every time he comes to the plate. Let's see how this one plays out.
From the belt, kicks and deals. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. A runner on first with 2 away. And another foul ball. The 1-2. Swung on, but fouled off to the left. From the belt, the pitch. And he comes back with a fastball. Strike 3 called, and the inning is over. 1 left for the Red Sox. We are still scoreless. Start of the second here in Boston. Let's check in with Heidi for a bit more on the weather.
Well, Matt, the weather forecasts I'm hearing down here point to a fairly significant threat of rain later in the ball game. Of course, the grounds crew and umpires will work to get this one in without delay, but they also told me that they won't hesitate to halt the game to let the weather pass through if it's impacting the play on the field or, of course, putting the safety of the players at risk. For now, we'll have to wait and see how things develop.
Yeah, Heidi, thanks. Safety of the players, of course, and players getting required rest at the end of the night becomes important. When you guys approached a game like this, did you know you were in for a long one?
You hope not, but you knew it potentially could happen. You kind of read the grounds crew. If they were running and scattering in the dugouts and running towards the tarp, you kind of prepared yourself that this one was going to get shut down at some point. But you got to stay focused. That pitcher doesn't care. He's trying to take food off your table.
Ripken in front, 2 balls and no strikes. And he gets this fastball over. It's 2-1. And that's upstairs, running the count to 3-1.
That was a tempting pitch to swing at right there. A big power guy like this really wants something that he can elevate and drive out of the ballpark.
The 3-1. And that misses for ball 4. So it's a leadoff walk here to start the second.
Batting fifth, the third baseman.
Into the box, Brooks Robinson. In 8 at-bats in the series, he's collected 3 hits. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Strike taken up in the zone.
Hey, when you're featuring a mid-90s fastball like this pitcher, attack with that pitch. Get ahead. Get the offense on their toes. That opens up the off-speed pitches later in the game.
The 0-1 pitch. And there's ball 1. Hit in the air to center field. Playable for Verdugo, and there's 1 gone.
Batting sixth.
All right, let's take a quick look at how the Red Sox set up on D today. And let's focus our attention on Xander Bogaerts, shortstop, up the chute, one of the best in the business, one of the smoothest players in the game. We talk a lot about Robinson Cano and how he goes about his business at second base. The X-Man is no different at shortstop, and the bat plays too.
Rio Ruiz to the plate now as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball one. First swings for him in this one with a runner still at first and one gone. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. Now a bit of a hanger, but it's laid off and called a strike.
Hey boys, he's lucky he's getting this pitch back right here. That's normally a wipeout pitch down and away. He hung that one. It looked like he almost confused the hitter.
Popped him up. And he'll stay with it to put it away as they get their man here for the second out.
That's exactly what they wanted out of that pitch up in the zone. They took him up the ladder, and he couldn't get up to it. So that was an easy pop-out. Well-executed pitch there.
So here's Trey Mancini as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and two away. And that misses 1-1.
He obviously wanted that call on the corner, but if he continues to put the ball right there, he's going to get that call, and he's going to keep pitching as well as he is.
Here's a fly ball, well hit. And this is into the alley and ought to be good for extra bases. Ripken rounds third and is digging for the plate. The run is in to score, and they take an early 1-0 lead.
Great piece of hitting here. Man on first, and they're playing him to pull, but he crosses them up and goes the other way with it, making the outfielder cover a lot of extra ground. That allowed the runner to come all the way around from first to score, and that was a great piece of hitting.
Anthony Santander the next to bat as he'll take a look at ball one. Opportunity for him here to pick up that runner from second with two away. The set and the 1-0. Just a bit high with the fastball, but didn't get the call.
Now you can see he's working around this guy right here. Why not? First base is open. Walk wouldn't be the worst thing in this spot.
Ready with the 2-0. And it's fouled away. Two and one. Here it is. And there's a base hit on the line. He'll come home with it. And he's out. Beautiful throw home to cut down the run. A great throw from the outfield to cut down the run and end the inning. Certainly worth another look. Don't touch that remote. More on MLB Network right after this. Bottom of the inning now, and that'll bring up the dangerous bat of J.D. Martinez.
The left fielder, J.D. Martinez.
Now here's the first offering. As he'll take a look at an off-speed pitch here that misses for ball one. High in the air and deep to left center field. Santander on the run. Not quite out of here as it's off the monster. And the Red Sox have something going. It's a leadoff double.
That's the perfect answer after you've given up the lead in the previous inning. Put the tying run on second and get the momentum going back in your favor. Now we'll see if they can cash in.
Here now is Rafael Devers as the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball one. The 1-0 is in there for strike one. Martinez leads off second with nobody out. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Santander waits on it. He makes the play. Runner tags and hits for third.
Batting seventh.
All right, let's take a look at the defensive alignment for the Orioles. And when you talk about third base, you talk about a step and a dive. But you better have something to go with it when you get to your knees. And that's what this guy has, an absolute howitzer.
Alex Verdugo digging in now. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball one. And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. And there's ball 2 now. Late on that one as it's fouled off to the left side. Struck him out. And now they'll likely need a base hit to get that runner home from third.
That strikeout changes the whole complexion of the inning. He was definitely pitching for it with a runner on third and 1 out, and he got it. Now it's going to take a hit or something like a wild pitch to get that guy home.
Standing in now, Kike Hernandez as he grounds one briskly to short. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this side is retired. Red Sox leave 1. They're down 1-0. Pedro Severino digs in at the plate, and he'll start out their half of the third, top of the order to follow.
Pedro Severino.
First delivery to him as he lays off a fastball too low for ball 1. Fastball at 96 on the radar gun, and it's 1-1. A ball and 2 strikes to the Baltimore backstop now. A swing and a miss on a ball way out of the zone, and there's 1 away.
That strikeout was all about setting the hitter up with hard stuff. You can see the first 3 pitches are coming in fast, and then he slows it down on the 4th pitch, knowing the hitter is sort of conditioned for the hard stuff. Yet another way to upset a hitter's timing.
Into the box now, Brian Roberts. As he'll look at a fastball too high for ball 1. Try to bunt for a base hit here as he gets this one down. And he'll beat the throw as he's got himself a bunt single.
The right fielder, number 20, Nick Martinez.
Check on first by Sale, and he'll get back in safely. So now to the plate, Nick Martinez, as he'll take a look at a pitch too low. It's ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike.
Hey, usually the second time through the order, you start seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed stuff. But this guy's locating, feeling really good about his fastball. 2 back-to-back.
The 1-1 is in there for the second strike. hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. Count still at 1-2. Runner at first here, one man out. Still 1-2 as he fouls it away.
Hey, doubled up on breaking balls there outside. Now might be the time to bust that fastball in.
He's running. Pitch outside. The throw. He's in there easily as the throw bounces on the way down. He's set. Here's the 2-2. And he fouls this one off.
Hey, last two pitches back-to-back off speed, then he's late on the fastball. He could pretty much do anything he wants right here on the mound.
Fouled away. Ready with another 2-2. Swing and a ball lifted in the air toward the line and right. And this will hop over the wall, but the run will score.
And this thing bounces over the wall, but I don't think it would have mattered if it stayed in the ballpark. Either way, the runner was going to score, and he was going to wind up at second. He drove that ball really nicely.
At the plate, Eddie Murray. As the first pitch misses high and inside for ball one. Flew out in his only at-bat so far. Looked like a slider perhaps, but it missed badly, and it's 2-0.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear they don't want to challenge this guy right here, but working around a guy can come back to bite you at times.
Now the 2-0. And solid contact there as this ball is belted high in the air out to left. And it's off the green monster. And the runner from second is in to score. And he will make it up to third base, as that is a gift there off of what was a terrible throw. And now time is called here as their pitching coach is going to pay a quick visit to the mound to discuss how they want to attack things here. At the plate now, Cal Ripken. A fastball here as they'll take a look at ball one. 1-0. They've got two already home in the inning and a potential third waiting in the wings only 90 feet away. The 1-0. A swing and a miss. That's the first strike.
Got to sit middle when a guy's trying to pitch around you. If he's going to give you first base, take it.
The 1-1 misses for the second ball.
Great game plan so far by this offense. They're not chasing any of those breaking balls out of the zone.
Two balls and two strikes now. Murray stands at third with one gone in the inning. Not close with the off-speed pitch taken for a ball.
For the guy on the mound, this is one of those innings where nothing comes easy. He's thrown a bunch of pitches, and this AB hasn't been any different. Definitely laboring at the moment.
Now the payoff pitch home. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. And this misses for ball four. The second walk he surrendered here in the first 3 innings.
And with first base open, the last thing he wanted to do was give him something to hit in the heart of the zone. So no harm done. Force out anywhere now.
So now into the box is Brooks Robinson, and their runners at the corners now. First pitch of the AB on its way. A 1 pitch on its way.
I wonder if that call not going his way right there has anything to do with walking the last guy. We all know umpires don't give you much on the corners if you're not throwing strikes consistently.
The 1-1 home. A swing and a ground ball to third. To second for 1. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. We'll head now to the home half of inning number 3. It's the Orioles 3 and the Red Sox nothing. Ready to go for the last half of the inning, and that'll bring in the veteran catcher, Christian Vasquez.
Hey, Matty, they need to get some offense going in this one. Getting a run back in this inning, give them a little bit of confidence that they can keep up in this game.
Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch.
Pitcher wants to have a quick inning right here, capitalize on the momentum his batters have.
The windup and the 0-1.
The offense better get it going right here because they certainly can tell from their dugout this guy is carrying himself with a presence out on the mound. He's got feel for all his pitches.
1-2 to the Red Sox catcher.
He didn't look overly fooled right there because a lot of pitchers will go to the breaking stuff 0-2, but he certainly looked ready for a breaker on that pitch.
Ready to deliver the 1-2.
I know he missed with a fastball right there, but this guy's arsenal, you can't figure out what he's trying to do. He's got a lot of different directions he could go in right here.
And that's a swinging strike 3 in the dirt. And he makes the throw to first. Vasquez is retired, and there's 1 away. And that brings in Xander Bogaerts. He popped out in his first trip.
Yeah, I don't mind him trying to drive the ball in the air, but he can't collapse the backside, and that's exactly what he did in his last at bat. Look for him to stay a little taller and keep that upper half a little bit more over him.
The 1-0.
Hey, always a good idea to take a couple of pitches when you're facing a young arm like this one. And now he's put himself in a real good hitter's count.
1 out, nobody on. Into the corner and slicing foul. The high fastball is in there.
Yeah, this is one of my biggest pet peeves in the game, when guys get count leverage and take fastballs. It's a game of fastballs. You calibrate everything off the heater. Surprising take right there.
3-2, full count. And he lost him here on 3-2 as that pitch misses. It's ball 4.
That was a great battle right there. He tried to get him to chase, but he laid off some really tough pitches and got a walk. Got to tip the cap to the batter that time.
And that'll bring up the left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi. He collected a base hit his first time up. from the stretch. First pitch fastball in there for a called strike.
He's had some success so far, but he's going to need to continue to throw strikes early on in the zone because the more they see this guy, sooner or later they're going to figure him out.
Strike called. Now the throw down is there, and he's out trying to take second.
Check out the lead here. That's about as standard as it gets, and it didn't do him a lot of help on that steal attempt either. Could have been a different story if he took another couple feet off the bag.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And he couldn't get him to chase the 0-2 fastball. It's 1-2.
Boy, he sped him up in this at-bat. Now it's time for the changeup. This guy's got a good one, and he hasn't thrown it yet in this at-bat.
Here's a swing and a ball hit into the air to left center and shallow. Ripken is there to make the catch, and the side is retired. Red Sox go down quietly. They trail in this one 3-0.
Trust me when I tell you, no exceptions to the rule. Bringing blessings when I move. Special, I'm an essence, I'm a brew.
Back now at Fenway Park, and here's Heidi Watney with a report.
Matt, I had a chance to discuss the state of the Orioles offense with their manager between innings, and overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. They've been able to push across 3 runs to this point, but they've also made the opposition work extremely hard. He's thrown a lot of pitches, and they think they're going to have a good opportunity to push across a lot more runs as he tires or as they get into that bullpen.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks.
Leading off for the Orioles.
All set for the start of the inning, and standing in is the DH, Rio Ruiz. First delivery to him. 1-1 home. Two and two. Coming down in buckets. Cats and dogs. Insert metaphor here, and the forecast is not showing any signs of relief.
You know, one of the big issues is player safety, and right now this field is getting sloppy wet, man, and I don't know how much more rain this field can take.
Now batting.
So with one away, let's punch up the graphic and show you the pitch speed comparison for the 2 starters here in the 4th inning. And both of these guys bringing it pretty good. 97 and 93 is the top recorded speed so far. Now at the plate, Trey Mancini. He doubled his last time up.
Well, he got a good pitch to hit last time up. Looked for it up in the zone and didn't miss it. Those are the pitches you only get. Maybe once an AB, maybe once a game, maybe once a week. So he certainly capitalized on it last time.
Now the 1-0. That one's going to find the seats. Strike one. The 1-1. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. A great pitch there as he couldn't get extended on that one, and he's down on strikes for the 2nd out. That was a nasty looking slider that time.
Yeah, that was really well executed, Matt. A classic strikeout pitch. You think it's fastball middle in, then it starts bearing in on your back leg, and unless you hit it out front, there's nothing much you can do with that.
Stepping in now, Anthony Santander. As it's grounded sharply to first, fielded cleanly, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for the Orioles, but they're on top by a count of 3-0. ready to go in the bottom of the fourth. And
Leading
that'll
off
bring up one of the members of the 3,000 hit
the
club,
third
Hall of
baseman,
Famer Wade Boggs. Now the first pitch. Whoa, right back at him, and it hit him. And they are able to get the out at first, but more importantly, let's hope he's okay on the mound. And time now to see quite where that got him. And it appeared from up here at least, and his actions on the field confirm it. It looked like it got him on his drive leg, which could be problematic, of course, for him. But from the way he's trying to walk it off, I think he's going to try to continue. Up to the plate now is David Ortiz. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch. And here's a fastball called for strike one.
That elevated fastball right there, that is the biggest change in the game today for me. When I first came up, a lot of guys working that Greg Maddux east to west.
And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1.
Well, that rain is really coming down right now. It's raining cats and dogs. You got to make sure you don't step in a poodle. That's as hard as I've seen it rain all afternoon. Everyone, it's so much harder to concentrate when it rains.
Fouled off. Bases are empty, one man out. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Wow, that was a close pitch on 1 and 2. The count's now at 2 and 2, but boy, that one very easily could have been called strike 3. Really close pitch.
Now a swing and a miss, maybe even a foul tip, but it's held onto behind the plate for out number 2.
That's his second strikeout of the game. I wouldn't be surprised if a coach finds him in the dugout and gives him a little talk about shortening up and putting the ball in play. Good things tend to happen when you do that in these kinds of conditions.
Here's J.D. Martinez. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. 1 for 1 as he reached base with a double his first time up. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Chased a low ball there, and he's quickly down in the count 0-2.
Hey, this is an amazing inning right here. Attacking the zone, keeping his defense invested. Chance to get off the field super quick.
No runs, 2 hits, and no errors for the Red Sox to this point. Inside, as that perhaps will back him off a bit. 1-2. Here's a shot to left field and deep. On to Lansdowne and gone. A solo shot here to left. First home run of the campaign for him. And the Red Sox are on the board. It's now a 3-1 ball game.
Well, it took long enough, but they're finally on the board. We might look back at this shot as a spark they needed to make their bats come alive. Then again, it might just be a blip on the radar. We'll see how the rest of the game unfolds.
Rafael Devers, the next to bat.
The designated hitter.
As he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike one. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Now here's the pitch. Hit in the air down the right field line. He's under it, and that ends the inning. And thanks to the home run, the Red Sox draw a step closer. We're through 4. It's now a 3-1 ball game. All ready to go in the top of the 5th. And next to hit is the catcher, Pedro Severino.
Number 28, Pedro Severino.
He's ready. Here's the first pitch. And now he tries to hold up, but they'll appeal down to first. He went around, says Larry Bullard. It's strike one. Down the third baseline. Boggs has it. And the fifth inning will start with a ground out, one away.
The batter, number one.
And definitely worth another look with our show track data. Great reaction from the hot corner to make the backhand stop, and then he unleashes that very strong throw while in the air all the way across the diamond. He's going to be smiling about that one. Standing in now, Brian Roberts. As Sale will get the upper hand to start the at-bat here at strike one. A hit in 2 tries for him so far. And he falls behind 0-2. And he wastes a fastball high there, 1-2. Three runs, 5 hits, and no errors for the Orioles so far. Really pulled that one across as the slider misses well inside.
Don't be surprised if he gets another back foot slider right here. Don't think for a second, just because he took the first one, that this pitcher won't come back exactly the same way.
Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And this is swung on and missed, so it's 2 up, 2 down to start the fifth.
Oh, man, he's been absolutely getting overmatched at the plate the last couple of games. That's his 5th strikeout in this series alone. So clearly this pitching staff, they figured out how to attack this guy. We'll see if he can make any adjustments.
In now, Nick Markakis. As Sale will get the upper hand to start the at-bat here at strike one. He's 1 for 2 in this one. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch.
Outside, that's a ball.
Started to go around there. Looked like he held up in time. No. Strike 2, says the third base umpire. Here comes the 1-2. Slapped hard the opposite way. That gets down, and the inning continues.
Hey, D-Roll, that's just what you want to do. Keep the pressure on. He's given up a couple of runs early already in this game, and now he gives up the 2-out single.
Yeah, no chance right there. You want to make this guy work. You want to try and get into their pen as quick as possible. And if 2-out knocks are the answer, then so be it.
Stepping in next, Eddie Murray. He gets a shot to hit here in the inning following the 2-out single.
Yeah, and that hit might not amount to much, but anytime you can extend an inning and give a guy with plenty of pop a chance to swing it, the outlook of an inning changes dramatically.
And now the first pitch.
Hey, a 2-out single isn't all that bad, but it can be when you've got this part of the lineup coming up.
And it's 1-1.
That's a great call right there. Fastball away with a guy who's got some jets on first base. Almost like a hybrid pitch out. Great for a catcher if that guy's running. Easy transfer throw to second base.
The 1-1 home is taken for strike 2. A couple of lefties start to get loose now in the bullpen. Markakis is off of first with 2 away. And that's going to be high, 2-2 now. A check on first by Sale and a dive, but he's back in there. breaking ball that time that misses out of the zone.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. Lots of possible outcomes on this pitch.
Now the payoff pitch home. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. The 3-2 one more time. This is skied into the air to straightaway center. And no trouble for him as he makes the catch to end the inning. One left for the Orioles as the lead remains 3-1. Welcome back for the bottom of the fifth. Here's Heidi Watney.
Thanks, Matt. During the commercial break, I talked about the Red Sox offense with the Boston manager, and he told me he'd like to see a lot more aggressiveness in their at-bats the rest of the game. Too much of the time, they're finding themselves in disadvantage counts like 0-2 and 1-2, and that's basically never a formula for success. He said they're getting a lot of strikes to swing at, so the emphasis the rest of the game has to be to jump on those strikes early in the at-bat.
All right, thanks, Heidi.
Leading off for the Red Sox.
Set now for the bottom of the fifth, and next to bat will be the outfielder, Alex Verdugo. First pitch of the AB now. Right through it here, and he's behind 0-1. And he misses with it, 1-1. Grounded up the first baseline, but a foul ball, 1-2 now. And he lays off it to even the count 2-2. Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. Now another 2-2. Kike Hernandez is on deck. Three-two pitch. Pitch is popped up. Severino shading to his right, makes the play, one away.
Now batting, second baseman, Kike Hernandez.
Next up for the Red Sox, Kike Hernandez. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Now here's the first offering.
Man, this guy's been incredibly efficient so far in this one, mostly because he's getting ahead. 70% of the batters he's faced, he's thrown the first pitch strike to.
And there's out number 2.
Now batting, catcher, Vasquez.
Now at the plate, here is Christian Vasquez. Struck out in his last trip to the plate. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. A ball and no strikes.
Hey, a 2-out walk right here would be the tying run to the plate. Even though it's early on, you got a guy on deck that has a lot of pop.
1 ball, 1 strike to count. Now the 1-1 pitch. Is strike 2 swinging.
Take a step back right here. After 3 fastballs in a row, there is no chance he throws you a 4th.
The 1-2. is looked at for ball number 2.
Well, that'll wake everyone up. Anytime you buzz the tower like that, there's reason for people to start getting a little bit edgy.
And they're working the outer half here, but that one's wide for ball 3.
3-2 counts are usually a time to challenge the hitter, but I think he'll be careful here. Shoot for the corner, and if you miss and you walk him, so what? That's better than him putting one in the seats.
Now the payoff pitch home. Popped him up. Severino has a play, and he makes the play to end the inning. So they breeze through this half of the inning. We're through 5 here at the ballpark. The Orioles are on top 3-1. Top half of the 6th about to get started, and stepping in is the veteran shortstop, Cal Ripken. And now the first pitch. And it's fouled away. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1.
There's a pitch we haven't seen in a while. It's going to be tough on the hitters if they have to incorporate that into their mindset.
Here it comes, 0-2. And there's a base hit on the line. So the Orioles get their leadoff man aboard to start the inning.
Well, you know what? Good hitters are good hitters for a reason, D-Row. And to be able to hang in there on an 0-2 pitch and still be able to get a base hit, this guy's about as good as it gets.
Yeah, I'm blown away by this guy, Dan. You wouldn't know if you showed up. You wouldn't know if it's 2-0, 3-1, 0-2. Counts do not matter. This guy trusts in his craft.
David Price takes over on the mound here with nobody out in the 6th inning.
Number 33, David Price.
Brooks Robinson will be the first to stand in against the new pitcher, as he'll do so with a runner at first and nobody out. From the stretch, here's the pitch.
Ball 1, no strike.
A look to first by Price, and he'll be back in standing up. We're in the 6th inning here in a 3-1 ball game. And maybe a little frustrated on the mound here as the fastball misses for ball 2 now.
Now, this is the kind of count this guy feeds on at the plate. You can bet he's geared to hit the fastball right here.
Grounded back up the middle. Bogarts has it to second for 1. On to first, so he comes right out of the bullpen and gets the double play.
Gotta love that out of your reliever, right? The first batter he faces, he gets to roll over into a double play. Hold the right string that time, Skip.
Into the box now, Rio Ruiz. And on the first pitch, he grounds foul. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. Price ready with the 0-1. And that's in there as well. 0-2 now. And now Boston's bullpen springs into action. A left-hander and a right-hander begin to throw. Now the 0-2 from Price. And that is off the first base bag.